The following program was produced by an independent community producer. The opinions expressed do not necessarily reflect those of the ECAT staff or board of directors. Lighting for ECAT production provided by the Avery Lee Williams Family Foundation.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Topic Time with Harrison Young. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Topic Time with Harrison Young. It's February 20th, and the weather's starting to moderate out there, and I'm getting a sense that spring is coming. We're only a month away, and I am loving it. And as usual, we're heating things up tonight with an awesome guest. She's a model. She's from India, but she's in Connecticut, so we're doing the show by Zoom. But of course, before we get to her, I've got to read these incredible underwriters, and then we will commence per usual. We got some new ones. We got a Thai Authentic Cuisine Thai restaurant here in Easton. We got Pal's Driving School in Middleborough, setting up classes for March, June, and July. Better check that website. We have the Bazaar Hair Salon in Southeastern, featuring curve metrics and dry cutting. We have Diesel Plus Unlimited in Whitman. We have Anthony Cycles in Middleborough. We have Brian's Barbershop in Kingston. We have WSI Electronics and Repair in Brockton. Great to have them back. We have Tom Auto in Middleborough. We have Lynch's Towing Auto, Cycle and Truck Center in Brockton. One number for towing, one number for projects. My pal Lynchy there is always in search of new scrap metal, wheels, anything to do with transportation. He handles it all. We have One Good Credit in Brockton. We have Madigan Land Surveying, LLC in Middleborough. We have New England Floorscapes in Middleborough. We have Adel Style Barbershop in Northeastern. We have the Stonebridge Bar and Grill in Onset, featuring waterfront dining, outdoor and indoor seating, and 3 bars right on the ocean. We have Salon Giovanni in Marshfield. We have Kingston Auto Body in Kingston. We have Doggy Boutique, all breed professional grooming for dogs and cats, run by my great next door neighbor, Debbie Siddell in Brockton. We have the Riverside Cafe in Wareham, open 6 days a week, all except Wednesday, 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. They make the best breakfast from Boston to Cape, and they have Boston to the Cape, and they have DoorDash delivery. We have Grant's Rental in Bridgewater. We have Hairway to Heaven and Family Hair Salon in Norwell. We have good old Dave's Automotive in Hanson on Route 58. We have Countertops Express in North Attleboro, experts in the installation and removal of quartz and granite. We have the Cornerstone Barbershop in Pembroke. We have DNS Auto Works and Collision Specialists in Abington on Route 58. We have Haven Psychiatric Services, PLLC, right here in the building in room 211. We have RW Carpet and Flooring in Norton, covering floors for 50 years. We have Evan Young Realty. That's my brother, the realtor. We have Eli's Auto Care in Taunton, and we have Joe's Diner in Taunton. And I want to thank you guys so very much. And now I'm going to try pronouncing it. Sonya Upadhyay, is that it?
Yes, Upadhyay.
Upadhyay, okay, and she's a lovely model here, and we get some pictures we're going to look at through the show when my people edit them in, and it'll be great. But first, of course, as always, we talk to the person I'm interviewing, and we profile them. And so, Sonya, thank you for doing my show tonight, and it's a lovely room you have there. Is that your house?
Thank you. Thank you so much, Harrison, and thank you so much for having me on your show.
Yeah, is that what's that over your head? It looks like I see like a plaque.
It's like a saying.
What is it? Okay, it's a little vague from here, but I'm sure it's something important. Okay, it must be a philosophy you live by, right?
No, yeah, you can say that. Yes.
Oh, okay, gotcha. All right, well, I've had a lot of Indian models on the show, and I love that because, I know, number one, it's a great camaraderie between the Indian community in this part of the country, or probably all over the country. Plenty of people in India watch it too, but, we get plenty of views for you folks when we have it. So
Thank you.
So what I want to do is talk about your childhood. I guess you were born in India and lived there for until you came to the U.S. Correct? Like most of the people.
Yes,
okay.
I was born and brought up in India, and I came here in 2007. Okay. So I moved here, and I have been living in Connecticut ever since.
Okay, yeah, Connecticut, lovely Connecticut. All right, well, tell me what did you do as a child, and what was the reason for your eventual move to the United States? Let's start with that.
So I had a normal Indian household childhood, I would say. Like Indian families are very strict. Indian parents are always kind of like thinking about their kids to have a bright career.
Okay.
So that's how I ended up being in dentistry. So that's my primary profession. I'm a dentist. And as a dentist,
you're a dentist.
Yes.
Did you learn? Well, wait a minute. Did you learn dentistry in India, or did you learn it here?
Yes, I did my dental school and dental education back in India. I did masters in oral pathology back in India as well.
Okay.
And I was actually teaching. I was an assistant professor in a dental school, and I was teaching. And then being a dentist is always a dream in India, always to come to a land of greater opportunities, that is US.
I know, gold in
And
the streets, got it, yep.
I know. So after I got married, so both me and my husband are dentists. So we decided, okay, we would want a better future for ourselves. So that is when we moved to India, well, to US. Sorry.
US, yeah, okay.
Yeah, and that's when I landed up here in Connecticut.
Okay, well, now when did you start modeling? Were you modeling in India too, or not till you got here?
No, I probably did some small gigs and some fashion shows or ramp walk back in the college days, I would say, but not really something as more professional as now. When I came here, I had to first like a little background. So since I'm a dentist, I have a foreign degree or a foreign education. I had to do a residency here.
Yep.
So I did my residency from University of Connecticut,
Cool.
and after that, I started working. I was busy in my life, my career, my aspirations, having kids and everything, and the family,
Wow.
you know. And then all of a sudden in 2019, I had the opportunity to actually participate in a state pageant.
Okay,
And
hold
that
up.
is
I got a question right now. How did you get that opportunity? Who gave it to you?
It was me. It was me who actually signed up
Okay.
to compete in that state pageant. And I don't know what changed or what got into me, but I just wanted to experience. And then I ended up in the top 5 in that pageant. I
Okay.
didn't win, but I actually, that night changed my whole entire life.
Right. Okay.
So that is when 2019 I started into modeling and pageantry, and now it has almost become my alternate profession, I would say. Yes,
Oh, yeah, but you're still a dentist too, right?
I am. I'm a full-time dentist. I work 5 days.
Wow. So you do dentistry and modeling. Your husband's a dentist
Yes.
too, you said, right?
Sorry.
And your husband's a dentist too?
Yes, he is. He
And
is. Yes.
you have children. How many children do you have?
I have 2 kids.
2 kids.
Nine-year-old boy and a 10-year-old girl.
Wow. Okay.
I know.
Well, it was obviously a defining moment in your life in 2019. Did you happen to do I don't know how, did you come up to Massachusetts to do a fashion show that summer? Because I attended one in Foxborough on August.
I don't know.
August 11th.
The beginning, 2019, 2020, those were kind of like slower years for me. I had no modeling background, no connections, no
Okay.
networking. So it was like I was actually starting from scratch.
Okay.
I was kind of lost. I was like, should I pursue this? Should I not pursue this? I was doubting myself, but slowly and steadily as it grew, and I started getting more opportunities. I got more experience. I was like, no, this is the thing for me. This is my passion. This is something that brings me happiness. This is what I actually resonate with. So I was like, okay, I need to pursue this.
Oh, great.
So
Yeah. And here it is.
fast forward to 2025, this last New York Fashion Week in February, the Feb 7th to 9th, I did 7 shows.
Sweet. 7 shows in 2 days?
Yes, exactly. Back to back with high-end productions, with multiple designers, getting so much more experience. So
Oh, wow.
that's where I am right now.
Well, all right. Well, where did you do them? Were they all in Connecticut, or were they all?
No, they were in New York.
Oh,
That's
you
the
were in
New
New
York
York.
Fashion Week. Yeah.
Sweet. Okay. Well, I tell you, I mean, you seem like you're a bundle of energy. You don't get burnt out doing this stuff.
I don't know. I don't know how I get all this energy from, but when I am doing something that I really love doing, I really don't get tired. I mean, I did 4 shows in one day, back to back, like from jumping from place to place, changing venues, changing my hair and makeup, wearing different outfits, doing the ramp walk, and then going on to the next show. I didn't feel tired at all.
Wow.
Almost like the end of the day, of course, I'm dead tired and I don't have any energy. But the next day, again, I start all over again, and I just keep on going.
Wow, what an inspiration! What an inspiration you are. Well, do you have like an agent? Do you belong to an agency? Do you do it all yourself? Do you do your own makeup when you model
Yeah. So when we are kind of like doing the ramp walk with productions, they actually provide the hair and makeup services. So we just go there, we get ready, we get fitted, we just change into our outfits, and we just do
Okay.
our part
All right,
as a model.
Now these shows are runway shows, but have you ever done anything else in entertainment? Have you ever done any acting? Have you ever done any music?
I
Anything?
have not. That would be probably my next step. I probably would be looking out for more opportunities in terms of more like print modeling, print media,
Yep.
or acting, or I don't know, maybe even a song. I don't know. I
Well,
don't know yet.
well,
But
have you done any music at all as a child? Do you ever sang, danced, or
no, I'm not that kind of a
you
person.
don't
But
do? Okay, no, you sound
no,
like you have a
I
very
don't.
nice voice. If you wanted to try, it would probably be
Oh, thank you, thank
well.
you. But maybe I can.
Well, okay, so you got this. So you're not represented by anybody. You just do it all yourself now, right?
Yeah, I am actually kind of like signed up with John Casablancas. That is the previous John Casablancas. It's now Tina Canary Management. It's
Okay.
based in West Hartford in Connecticut.
Yeah.
But I do a lot of independent work as well.
Okay. All right.
Mhm.
Now, you've never been. Have you been on TV before for anything? Or was this your first TV appearance?
This is my first TV appearance,
Well,
and
I'm
I'm
honored.
super excited. And thank you for this opportunity.
Yeah, thank you too, because I always say it's great guests to make topic time prime. All right.
Sure.
Well, all right. Now you did the show on the 7th and the 9th of February, which is just a couple of weeks ago. Now
Yeah.
spring's coming and the weather's going to warm up. Do you do any outdoor stuff like bikinis or anything like
I do
that?
a lot of photo shoots with a lot of creative ideas, more so with a lot of photographers here in Connecticut,
Yep.
in New York as well. So yeah, definitely there are some ideas coming up, and then probably we are going to go all out for it.
Okay. Well, how do you have time to do what are your dentistry hours? Like 9 to 5 usually at your office?
It is usually, yes, I can say 8:30 to 5:30, yes. But I do have a few flexible days like Thursday, Friday, and then the weekends. I try to manage some things, kids' activities, my own modeling stuff, and things like that. But kind of like the key is prioritizing. If I know beforehand that I have something that I have to do, I just kind of like arrange and make arrangements and fit everything in the schedule.
Right. Okay. I understand. That's
Yeah.
great. Now, have you ever written anything like, do you document your work or anything like that? Because I think people good if they
I
write stuff.
not really documented my work, but as a model, I have been on the cover page with editorial interviews in a lot of international magazines.
Oh, you have?
That is
Okay. You want to
that
talk?
is another part of my work, and I have shared some pictures with you as well. So
Yep.
that is another thing that I'm into. I do a lot of magazine submissions. So once they get accepted, I have a lot, probably like I don't even remember, maybe 20 cover page publications.
Wow. Awesome. 20
Yeah.
public already, 20 since 20. Oh, wow. Okay.
I know. And apart from all this, I am actually featured multiple times on billboards all over the country.
Wow.
More so in Times Square, New York,
Yeah,
and
yeah. That's the big
Florida.
one. That's the biggest one of all.
Yes. So this New York Fashion Week was special for me because apart from doing 7 shows, I had like 3 prominent billboards in 3 prominent locations in the Times Square. So I was super happy.
Yeah, I bet you are. I can tell. That's wonderful. Okay.
Yeah.
You don't drink a lot of coffee, do you?
I actually do. Do you want to see this?
Oh, is that coffee?
I
Oh,
do
all
have
right.
it right now with me.
Oh, see, I figured. You seem like you got good energy. I thought maybe you get a
Thank
little
you.
caffeine. You're cheating a little bit, but you can get away with it as long as you're not
Yeah,
overdoing it.
I do have a habit of drinking coffee.
Okay.
You identified it right.
Well, your teeth look great. You look like they're pearly white. Sometimes coffee
you.
stains teeth, but not in your case. I guess because
you.
you're a dentist. You know how to keep them clean.
Yeah, and I have to set
Exactly.
an example, right? If somebody is coming to me and they want teeth like me, I mean, I should be having good teeth, you know.
Okay. So as a dentist, I mean, I know I just had a dental appointment. Do you? I mean, how many? Do you have a lot of pay? Do you have a pretty good practice? I guess you have quite. Do you and your husband work together, or are you?
So yeah, I would like to touch upon that subject because as a dentist, everybody thinks like, okay, dentistry is about making money. Okay, that's not the case with me.
Okay.
When I started working, I actually had an opportunity to work in a federally qualified health center. I don't know if you're aware of those kind of settings. It's a community health center, more like for people who are who don't have insurance, who have state insurances, who have no means to pay for their services and things like that. So we do have a lot of programs that help those kind of people.
Okay.
So I'm the clinical director in the facility, so I do have a big responsibility in the workplace as well. But the whole point of that is it gives me immense satisfaction to be a dentist and to be able to help people. It's not just about kind of like for me for making money.
Right.
It is about me doing the best for the people and people who actually need the dental care the most, you know?
Okay. Now, how many years have you been a dentist for? Since 2007?
Since Yeah, I mean, but I was a dentist in my country as well.
You
So
were,
I
that's
would
what I
say
thought. So how far, I
more
know
than
that.
25 years, but
20,
more than 15 years working here.
you say 25 years you've been a dentist?
Yeah,
Wow, that's crazy. Okay. You don't even look that old. You don't look much past
I
25.
am pretty old. Yeah,
You couldn't be as
I
old
have
as,
a lot of experience. Let's just say
you don't have to
I'm
give your age if you don't
experienced.
want to, but I don't think you're as old as I am. But that's cool. That's amazing. But that's the other thing is how do you stay in shape? You obviously work, I guess you work out and you eat good food and stuff.
I definitely work out. I would say with my schedule, it's not like 5 days a week or 7 days a week. It's not that crazy, but at least 3 days a week.
Yeah.
I try to eat healthy. I mean, I don't eat outside. I just eat home cooked food.
Okay.
That's the key. And then of course I have to set an example for my kids as well.
Yeah.
So if I'm eating healthy, of course they're going to be having good habits for eating as well.
Yeah.
So that keeps me in shape. Yeah.
Yeah. But what about exercise? Do you work out? How often what do you do when you work out?
Mostly strength training. I would say I do a little bit of cardio, but mostly strength training.
Okay.
Because again, people my age, I mean, they can run, they can do cardio, they can do those fast-paced exercises, but keeping your muscles and bone healthy is more important. I mean, so I have shifted to more of strength training now.
Okay. Whatever works for you. Do you have a
Yeah.
trainer? Do you have a personal trainer or do you do it by yourself?
I sometimes on and off, but at the moment, no. I try to do whatever I can by myself.
Okay. All right. Now I know you. I know. So you're thinking of possibly trying acting too, right? I mean, is that?
Yeah, I mean, I have not tried, but I'm open to that, and I'm looking forward to any opportunities that would come my way.
Well,
And
you know what I was going to say to you is that you might want to look into like signing up for emails addresses from casting companies. There's plenty of them. From all,
yeah,
and
yeah,
then,
you're right. You're right. I should probably look into those options as well. It's just the time. I mean, I feel
you're
like
right. I know
want to
it's
do
hard to
so
believe
much.
you'd have enough time to do what you do.
Exactly. So that's
Yeah,
the whole point. I sometimes wish there are more than 24 hours in a day.
I know. I know.
But unfortunately, it's not the case. So I try to make the most of whatever time I have.
Yeah, I understand. You know, I see. You know, the other thing I was thinking is that dentistry. Maybe you could write a children's book about keeping your teeth healthy and stuff. That might be kind of cool. But yeah,
Yeah, I mean, other than that, I sometimes as a dentist, I am doing those kind of like those school visits for kids, like
okay.
giving them more like education about teeth, oral health, preventive care, and things like that. So I love doing that,
Yeah, yeah,
and especially my kids when I go to their daycare or to their school. I mean, they are on top of the world.
yeah. I'm sure
So
they
our
are.
mom is at our school, so those kind of things. So I love doing that.
Well, do you and your husband share the same practice, or do you work separately?
No sharing practices. That's not our philosophy. We want to keep that distance at
Oh,
the
all right. No,
workplace.
all right. That's great.
It's enough to
Yeah.
be together at home.
Okay. That's all. How long you been now? How long have you been married for? How many years?
17 years.
Oh, okay. All right. So you were a dentist before you were a wife.
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
interesting. Okay. Did
yes.
you meet your husband through dentistry somehow?
I did meet my husband in dental school. Yes,
In India, obviously.
in India. Yeah.
Okay. Now, do you go back? Do you have a lot of people in India that you still go back to see every now and then?
I do have all my family live in India, of course. So we tend to go like every year at the
Okay.
most. Yeah. So sometimes my in-laws or my parents, my mom actually is living with us right now.
Oh, really? Okay.
I lost my dad like a year and a half ago, so that
Yeah.
was a tough time for me.
Yeah.
But now my mom is living with me. But we still go visit family every now and then, like every year at least.
Yeah, I'm sure you probably keep in touch every day. Now,
Yes.
I don't, if this is a personal question, tell me, but I understand in India they have a lot of arranged marriages. Was that in the case with you, or did you guys make it happen on your own?
We made it happen on our own. As
Okay,
I said, I met my husband in dental school. So back in 1997 was the time when I joined dental school.
okay,
And we were in the same class and we met there. We didn't really know each other that well until the end of dental school.
okay.
So, yeah. And then after probably 3 years, we decided, okay, we probably would want to spend the rest of our lives with each other. I don't know.
Sweet. Yeah, I mean, you guys are I mean, you're defying the odds, which is great because most marriages don't last like yours has, and it's obvious,
Yeah. Yeah.
and you can still do other things. All right. Okay. So, do you have like a resume for your work that do you keep submitting to different agencies, or now you've modeled in New York, you've modeled in Connecticut.
Yeah, so as a model, it's a prerequisite. You have to keep your portfolio ready. You have to keep on updating your comp cards, and of course, you have to kind of like keep updating your pictures, like professional
Right.
pictures, because it's
Exactly.
like the model look keeps on changing. I mean, your face structure, the hair color. Everything keeps on changing, so you
Right.
have to keep on updating that. So of course we have to keep up with that, and then anytime I'm going for a casting, I keep my portfolio with me and keep my like the pictures or the comp card with me, so that the designers, the photographers, or whoever need that, they have my information.
Okay. Now, are your kids involved at all? Do they? Are you,
No, both my kids are totally into sports,
oh, they're in
so they
sports.
are sports.
That's good. They're athletic.
Yeah, they are very athletic, and my son and my daughter both play basketball, tennis, and they actually are interested in music as well. So a little different from me, but I don't know. Maybe once they grow up, they would probably have more interest in. But they do appreciate what I do, and they are actually very supportive. Being like 9, 10 year old, they are never like too clingy or asking for too much attention. They understand if I have to go, I mean, out of state or away for a few days or weeks. So they do understand. They're very understanding. I have to
Okay.
say that.
Have you now you came to the United States and you went to UConn, you said, right? And
Yeah.
that was for dentistry as well. You had to get a resident in order to work in the U.S.
Yes.
You needed a residency
Yes.
from a U.S. college.
Yes.
Do you ever go back there and talk to the students? I'm just wondering. It's a pretty nice school. I always enjoyed it. I love their
Yeah,
basketball team.
I was actually an adjunct faculty with UConn for a couple of years after I finished my residency. So at least for 5 years, I was associated. And now also, every now and then I would go, but not very regularly. I mean, I don't go there and teach.
No, I don't mean regularly. I mean just every now and then.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I always love to go back and see the people or everyone who I worked with years ago. And it's always fun to catch up, you know.
It's a very prestigious school too. I mean,
It is very nice. It is
Yeah.
very nice, very good academic reputation. And I mean, people who graduate from there, they do great in life.
I know they do, obviously.
Mhm.
Right. Case in point.
Yeah.
Well, now, what about the idea of possibly starting your own modeling agency at some point, where you take other people?
It's a far-fetched idea, but not something that I would not look into. Probably down the line. Right now, I'm enjoying the phase that I'm into.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
actually getting the real work, and I am doing the real work. So I'm enjoying that phase. I really want to experience 100% out of it, and then probably once it is time to move on, probably look for other opportunities. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sure you. And now, do you work with other models? I mean, when you do shows, you do mostly runway stuff, right? Plus the
Yes.
magazines. But
Yes.
do you ever do you ever like hang around with other models and look for opportunities, or do you just go by yourself?
I usually, since I've been in this for the past 5 years, very actively working on it. So I do have made already a lot of connections.
Okay.
But of course, I mean, the other models, whenever I'm walking for a designer, if there are other models, I do tend to kind of like network with them in the social media, collaborate with them, and keep in touch, because you never know where an opportunity can come from, you know?
Yes, exactly.
So it's always good to keep connections, always.
Okay. Now, are you planning on doing any more traveling to other? I mean, New York Fashion Week is got to be probably the biggest one. But are you planning on maybe going to Europe and doing some modeling there eventually?
That's my next step. So of course, I've done New York Fashion Week or LA Fashion Week so many times now. I really want to go for international modeling stuff. So probably Paris or Milan or
Paris and
probably
Milan.
yeah.
Right.
So that would be my next stop.
Right. Let me see. Or Zurich. I mean, Switzerland has models too, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Right.
All right.
And just quickly want to touch another thing, that other than modeling, I do pageants as well. So
Okay.
now I've been doing pageants since 2019. That was the first pageant that I did. And after that, I've done 7 pageants in the last 5 years.
Right.
So I am the current title holder for Continental Worldwide. So my title right now is Miss Global Ambassador Continental Worldwide for 2025.
Wow.
Yeah, so that is my another huge achievement that I'm so super proud of.
That's why you should be. All right. Have you ever won any more other awards besides that?
I have not won any. I mean, I have done, probably won like a runners up or
Yeah. Okay. So this is
But this was my first big win. Yeah.
so this was the culmination of all your previous efforts, and obviously coming up it's going to be even more.
Right.
Most likely.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, you're doing so well that eventually everything. I mean, yeah, I mean, you're gonna have so many accolades eventually, but it's not so much about that. It's about the fact that you enjoy doing it as much
Yeah.
as far as
Exactly.
winning.
That's what I always say to people, like, because there are some new models that actually meet with me and actually ask for kind of like advice or
Yes.
things like that. So I always tell them like consistency is the key. I mean, nothing you're going to achieve overnight. It's not like you're going to go somewhere once and then you're going to be like famous.
Right.
So you have to keep on working and putting in all the efforts and the hard work. And ultimately, it does pay a result. I mean, I have seen that in my life. I mean, I would say 5 years or 4 years of modeling or pageantry or being in this field is very little as compared. Some people start so young,
Right.
and they achieve a lot. So, but for me, I'm super proud of my achievements. I have done a lot, and I'm happy to be where I am right now.
Yeah. Okay. Well, guess what, Sonya? We're within the final 5 minutes of completing the show. I hope you had fun talking to me.
I did. It was super fun. I was a little nervous. What are you going to ask me? But it went by, it flew by so fast now.
Well, what was you going to say? What did you just say?
I said, like, I was a little nervous about.
Oh, nervous. I calmed it
what
down.
are you going to ask me? Because I'm more used to kind of like doing appearances or interviews or something related to like modeling or pageantry. It was a totally different kind of like a setup for me here with you.
Right. Okay. Well, I'm glad I made it easy for you. That's the idea. Okay. So, Sonya, what I want you to do in the remaining time is give shouts out to people that are going to see the show, condense them, and then we'll wrap it up with my snap and the way we began it. So go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, to all the viewers who would watch the show, I mean, I just want to say, just share the love. I mean, watch the video, share the love, just share your comments, whatever your thoughts, feedbacks, and everything is. And hope you enjoyed the show because for me, it was, as I said, as Harrison asked me, this was my first kind of like a TV appearance, and I'm super excited about it. So I hope you enjoyed the interview as well as I enjoyed talking to Harrison.
Okay, yeah, and that having been said, if you had a good time with me, I love having models on the show. I admit I like attractive women on my show. It makes good for ratings. Could be good for my social life. I'm still single at 65, so who knows what could happen. So what I'm getting at is if you know anybody that might be a good guest for my show,
Definitely.
you got my digits. I'm an open book. Have them, contact me. We'll get them on the show either in person or by Zoom, whatever works. Sure. I prefer the in-person interview, but obviously Zoom works great as it is now. Okay.
Sure.
Okay. Now, do you have anything coming up in the next, few weeks?
Yes. I am super excited about one thing. I am actually going to be going to the Global Beauty Awards. I don't know, many people wouldn't know what that is. It is actually equivalent to the Oscars or the Academy Award
for modeling.
in pageantry. So this is in pageantry, and I have like 4 nominations in 4 different categories. So that is going to be happening in April. It's going to be happening in Seattle, Washington. I'm going to be traveling there. I'm super excited for that, and that is going to be my next big event coming up.
That's probably going to be the farthest you've traveled since you came to the country, right?
I know. No, I've traveled farther than that. I have gone to Hawaii.
Oh, you have? I mean, I'm talking. Okay, but to model or just for other things?
That was for vacation, but I have traveled to LA or San Francisco, to the other side, totally to the other side.
Oh, have you modeled in those cities too?
Yeah, I have done LA Fashion Week. So LA Fashion Week happens in Los Angeles. So
you were there too. Wow, you've done it all. You're on the map, lady. I'll tell you.
Thank you.
All right. Well, look.
I just have to go international now, I guess, with the modeling.
So we're going to wrap the show up, but I'm going to ask you one favor. Will you stick around, and my tech guy will take a pic for Facebook, and I'll tag you in it of us.
Sure.
He's going to come into the room. I'm going to stand next to the screen where and it's going to look kind of cool because I do that with all my guests.
Sure.
And then hopefully you'll tag me, and we'll get a lot of views and a lot of likes for it.
Sure.
Okay. All right. You did a great job, man.
Thank you.
The best of luck with everything. Keep me appraised. I'll watch whatever. I'll watch everything you do on Facebook from now on. I knew you did well. I didn't realize you had all these, all these credits, and that's fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Harrison.
All right. Yeah. All right. Well, listen, it's been a great show. We got more great guests coming up on tap. So, guys, stay tuned. We're going to wrap the show up, and pretty soon we'll be doing it in the spring. But before that, we'll have more great guests in the remainder of winter as we thaw out. So Snapping off and rolling out. There we go.
Lighting for ECAT production provided by the Avery Lee Williams Family Foundation.